Nah, jadi kan di sini we call it question tag atau tag question in English. Nah, yang perbedaannya kalau kita di bahasa Indonesia itu cuma pakai kan, kalau nggak perlu subjek predikat, tapi kalau di bahasa Inggris, she is an excellent violinist, isn't she? Jadi kata kunci untuk question ini adalah kalau kalimatnya negatif, question tag-nya ini question tag positif. Yes. Kalau kalimatnya positif,
question tag
yes.
questionnya negatif.
Kalau kalimatnya positif, question tag-nya adalah negatif. Oke. Jadi ini yang disebut sebagai question tag. For example, number 1, she's an excellent violinist, isn't she? Jadi kita bakalan mengambil si subject, si helping verb, and then subjeknya. Okay, tidy up kitchen, won't you? And then there is no food in your bag, is there? Why is it number 3 we use is there? Ada yang tahu nggak? Ada yang tahu nggak why we use is there?
Is-nya itu kan merefer ke helping verb yang there is kan. Kalau there-nya itu merefer ke tasnya itu.
Oke, tapi yang pertama itu kalimatnya itu negatif atau positif?
Negatif.
Oke, why negatif?
Because there is no. No itu kan mengindikasi negatif.
Yes, karena ada no ya. There is no food in your bag, is there? Oke, karena ada no. You are a cute one, aren't you? You think you are so smart, don't you? You think. Kenapa dia pakai don't?
Ya, bukan.
Kenapa dia nggak pakai are?
Positif.
Oke, dia karena positif. Kenapa dia nggak pakai are? Atau were?
Karena kalimatnya itu kan kalau di simple tenses itu kan general itu kan. Ya, karena di depannya juga tidak ada helping verb like are or were. Jadi kalau misalnya ini kan subjeknya itu kan orang kedua tunggal you, so we use do.
Yes.
Are you they itu kan pakainya do.
Ya, jadi karena dia di situ adalah you dan kalimat ini adalah present tense, yang mana thing itu present tense dan you itu menggunakan helping verb do. That's why we use don't you. Okay, can anyone make sentence over this? Ada yang bisa buat sentence?
Can I try, Miss?
Yes.
She is Indonesian, isn't she?
Okay, she is
Indonesian, isn't she?
Isn't she? Yes. Okay, next.
I'm trying, Miss.
Okay.
He cannot swim, does he?
He can't swim. Does he? Are you sure we use does here? Jadi dia mengarah ke kata kerja di kalimat sebelumnya. Kalimat itu Mbak pakai helping verb apa? Kalimat yang Mbak ini, yang lainnya coba. Kalimat Mbak ini pakai apa dia?
Bisa diulang Mbak kalimatnya?
He can't swim. Does he?
Enggak nyambung. Soalnya itu kan helping verbnya can. Harusnya pakai can lagi kan?
Yes. So, how do we make this sentence better?
He can what? I'm sorry, I cannot hear clearly.
He cannot swim.
Oh, he cannot swim. So he cannot swim. Can he?
Yes, he can't swim. Can he? Ya, jadi kita pakai si helping verb yang berikutnya ya. Oke, lanjut. Ada lagi?
Saya Miss.
Oke.
Zahra likes K-drama very much. Doesn't she?
Zahra likes K-drama very much. Doesn't
She?
Yes, doesn't she? Okay, next.
He is very handsome, isn't he?
Yes, he is very handsome. Isn't he?
Isn't he?
Yes, next one. Ada lagi kah? Coba.
Zahra, Miss,
Mm-hmm.
you think you're wait. You think you're too fat, don't you?
You think you are?
You're too fat. You're so fat, don't you?
So bad?
Fat.
Oh, fat.
fatty.
Okay.
Yes.
You think you are so fat, don't you? Okay. Next.
Yeah.
Next one.
This means she will come on time.
She will come on time. Won't she? Yes, very good. Next one. Ada yang mau coba lagi? One more.
She is call you.
She calls you.
She is call you.
Doesn't she? Oke, dari Mbak Dina. You were at home, weren't you? Oke, masih ada yang mau coba sebelum kita lanjut ke topik selanjutnya? Ada yang mau coba? Tapi ada yang lagi typing. Oke, I'll wait for a second. Ada lagi yang mau coba? Okay, you are Miss Tasha. Okay. Alright, I am, but you are Miss Tasha, aren't you? Yes.
Balapan typing.
And then the next one, you don't study. You don't study English, do you? Okay, next one. There is a pimple. Oh, wow, pimple. Okay. There is a pimple on your face. Okay, but how about this one? Is it confirmation? Karena kita mau minta konfirmasi, makanya kita pakai kan. Itu ada pimple di wajahmu kan? Cocok nggak? Cocok nggak kira-kira? He knew
Sedikit mengganjal, Miss.
you were there. Didn't Didn't he? Yes. Ini sedikit agak rancu ya karena dia nggak meminta konfirmasi. Jadi there is a pimple on your face, isn't there? Jadi dia itu cuma menanyakan doang. Seharusnya kalau ini doang, ini jadi kalimat yang utuh. Tapi kalau kita tambahin question tag, dia nggak menjadi question tag yang utuh karena artinya agak rancu. Oke? Okay. Okay. Let's wait Mbak Sri Indriati first. Okay, it's very delicious. That's food. Kalau kayak gini ingat makanan ya. It's very delicious, isn't it? Okay. Okay, so far, do you understand how to use this question tag? Tag questions? Is it easy?
Kalau dalam penulisan mungkin sedikit ini ya, Miss. Tapi kalau misalnya dalam pengucapan, kayaknya agak sedikit belibet deh.
Oh, karena ini ya, isn't she, didn't he,
Yes.
doesn't she, okay, aren't you, something like this one ya. Agak belibet. Okay, but then I guess when you practice more, and then you get used to it. So keep practicing. Jayo. Okay, next one. Next one, kita tadi udah mempelajari declarative atau statement. Kita sudah mempelajari tentang question. And then now we want to move to imperative sentence atau command. Imperative sentence give command atau perintah. They tell us to do something and they end with a full stop or period or exclamation mark or point, exclamation point atau tanda seru. The usual word order for the imperative verb is base verb. Base verb ini adalah kata dasar. Kalian tahu kata kerja 1, kedua, ketiga nggak?
Iya, Miss.
Oke, kata for example speak atau tell. Tells ini tetap kita gunakan kata kerja kan, tapi yang mau dibilang di sini base verb atau kata dasar yang nggak diimbuhin dengan s, tidak diimbui atau is, dan tidak diimbui id atau apapun. Dia cuma kata dasar. Note that there is usually no subject. Jadi biasanya itu nggak ada subjeknya. Because the subject is understood. Si subjek ini tersembunyi dan biasanya itu sudah dimengerti. It is you. Kalau misalnya di dalam kalimat perintah ini berarti dia mengarah ke kamu gitu. Imperative sentences can be positive or negative. Look at these examples. Coba ini, Ibu Ani, coba dibaca sentence-nya yang positive and negative.
Ntar dulu, yang mana ya?
Okay.
Lagi settingan sama orang. Iyalah, kita settingan di Singapura. Yang mana ya, Miss? Yang exclamative sentence itu ya, Miss?
Yang di box.
Di box.
Yang di kolom.
Yang stop.
Yes, stop.
Yang example have, go, no, don't sit there. Ya, Miss.
Stop. Do not stop, yang itu.
Oh, ya. Positive, negative. Positive, stop. Negative, do not stop. Positive, give her coffee. Negative, don't give her coffee.
Yes. Jadi kalau positifnya itu dia cuma bilang stop, and then negative don't stop. Give her coffee atau don't give her coffee. Jadi biasanya diikuti oleh tanda seru atau tanda titik atau full stop. Okay, let's see another example. For example, we also have like help or go now or don't sit there. Okay, according to some context atau konteksnya, for example, the army atau di military. Nah, kalau misalnya untuk positifnya, kata kalimat perintah positifnya, mereka biasanya menggunakan should atau tembak gitu kan. And then for negative, they say don't move. So this one is only based on some context. And user guide, untuk guide atau panduan gitu, panduan pengguna. Remove the packaging, open the blue box, and connect the two wires. Jadi ini juga, so this all also we say we understand this one as a command or imperative sentence atau kalimat perintah. And then for the negative, do not dispose of battery in the trash. Jangan buang baterai di tong sampah. Nah, kalau misalnya di sekolahan, now wash your hands. Atau sekarang juga karena pandemic, we have pandemic, and then we also have imperative sentence or command sentence like wash your hands or don't forget to wash your hand. Okay, so here don't forget your homework. It's in the school. How about in airplane? Di pesawat. Okay, di pesawat, the steward or cabin crew also always says, please remain seated until the seat belt sign is off. So tetap duduk sampai sign-nya, tanda seat belt-nya off kan. And then for negative in airplane, we have do not smoke in the toilets. Kan jangan merokok di toilet. Okay, how about in hotel? In hotel, some people say kindly help yourself to fruit. Silakan, itu bisa bilangnya kayak silakan makan gitu. Tapi kindly help yourself. Jadi kita di dalam bahasa Indonesia kan kita biasanya bilang, oke, silakan makan gitu kan. But in English we say kindly help yourself or help yourself. And then for negative in hotel, we usually say please don't forget your belongings. Also in toilet, also if you ever seen in the on the door side, and then they put sticker there, and then they say don't forget your belongings, right? And then for friends also we also use this imperative sentence. For example, please be waiting when we arrive, or don't be late. Biasanya ini sih, don't be late ya, don't be late ya. So this imperative or command sentence we usually use in some context. Okay, can you find any context other than this one that you usually usually hear about that, or have you ever heard about something? Ada yang bisa nggak kasih contoh? Can you? Okay.
Like close the door or put your shoes here.
Okay. Okay, take your shoes off. Ya nggak? Take your shoes off. Atau biasanya juga kalau di taman, don't step on the grass. Ya bukan. Oke. Ada lagi nggak?
Change your clothes. Don't change your clothes.
Okay, change your clothes. Okay, but where's the context, Mbak? Kapan itu konteksnya?
Konteksnya apa nih?
Okay, apa konteksnya yang sekarang? Because of pandemic, the virus.
No.
What kind of imperative sentence that you can use these days? Wash your hands. Okay. Ada lagi nggak? Wear.
Use your mask.
Wear your mask.
Outside.
Yes, wear your mask. Okay. Next one.
How about, for example, like in front of a restaurant, or like in misalnya seperti di depan pokoknya yang biasa suka ada orang antri gitu kan suka ada sign
Yes.
QE please gitu kan, tolong antri seperti itu.
Okay, please line up.
Yes, please line up.
Yes. Atau biasanya juga kita bilang no picture. Biasanya kalau some shop they don't allow us to take picture or no camera. Ya bukan? Atau ada lagi nggak? Kira-kira?
Turn off your mobile phone in the airplane.
Switch off your mobile phone. Switch off your electronic
Devices.
Yes, electronic devices. Oh, sering berarti Mbak ini ke apa ini? Naik pesawat. Okay, next one. One more. Give me one more sentence.
Don't touch.
Don't?
Don't touch.
What is that?
Don't touch.
Oh.
Jangan sentuh.
Don't touch.
Don't touch.
Don't touch. Yes, don't touch. Okay, so these are the examples of imperative sentence. Oh, you're quite good now. I guess you understand this kind of sentence. Okay, next. Okay, ada juga yang disebut imperative with special case. Jadi dia ada beberapa case yang tertentu. For example, normally when we use the imperative, there is no subject because the subject is obvious. Subjeknya itu ya udah kelihatan, it's you. However, sometimes, however, to make the subject clear, we do use a subject. Jadi kadang juga untuk membuat si subjeknya ini clear, kita juga menggunakannya. Oke, coba dulu dibaca Mbak Tika Resti, nomor 1 dan 2.
Yes, number 1, everybody look. Number 2, relax, everybody.
Ya, jadi di sini dia mau mengclearkan itu apa ya? Menjelaskan lebih jelas lagi kalau ini untuk setiap orang. Oke, number 3 and 4 Mbak Sri Indriyati. Nggak bisa kayaknya. Mbak ini deh, Mbak. Bisa. Number 3 and 4.
Number 3, nobody move. Number 4, John sit down, the rest of you go home.
Oke, jadi itu biasanya nobody move. Kan biasanya kayak gitu kalau misalnya ada di apa itu namanya?
Polisi.
Ya, polisi. Nobody move katanya kayak gitu. Lalu John sit down, the rest of you go home. Jadi ini kalau misalnya dalam kelas, John kamu tetap duduk, but the rest yang lainnya you can go home or you may go home. To emphasize. Okay, number 5 and 6, try Mbak Junita. 5 and 6.
Nomor berapa, Miss? Nomor 5 ya?
5 and 6. 5 dan 6.
Number 5, somebody answer the phone. Number 6, you keep out of this.
Okay, you keep out of this or somebody answer the phone. For example, maybe you are at home or office and then somebody answer the phone. Okay, number 7 and 8, Mbak Jahro.
Yes, Miss. 7 and 8. And number 7, we can also use you as the subject to imply anger, as in. And then number 8, watch your mouth, young man.
Oke, ini sebenarnya nomor 7 ini nggak ada ya. For example, we can also use you as the subject to imply anger. Anger itu marah gitu ya. For example, kalau misalnya kalian lagi berantem gitu ya, you watch your mouth, young man. Kau jaga mulutmu ya, gitu istilahnya. And then number 9, you be quiet. Karena kita mau menunjukkan atau emphasize to one person. And then number 10, don't you talk to me like that. Like, kau jangan ngomong kayak gitu ke aku. Gitu. Don't you talk to me like that. So this one is the one of the example of special cases. Okay, what is the next special case that we have? We have unreal commands atau perintah yang nggak nyata. For example, nggak nyata di sini. Why we say like unreal? Because we often express hope and make suggestion with the imperative form, but these are not real commands. Jadi meskipun kita pakai ini, tapi dia tuh sebenarnya nggak perintah. Jadi kita untuk wish atau hope something gonna happen or make suggestion. For example, you want to have a holiday or have a trip, and then a friend of yours says like, oh, have a good trip. So dia wishing you something, dia hoping a good trip gonna happen to you. And then number two, oh, enjoy your meal. When you want to eat something and then your friend say, oh, enjoy your meal. And then number three, if there is no olive oil, try almond oil. Jadi dia juga suggestion. Jadi ini juga comment, tapi dia itu unreal namanya. Oke, number 4 itu kalau kalian lihat imperative with do. Kita juga menggunakan imperative yang diawali kata do. If we put do before the imperative, the effect is to make requests, apologies, and complaints more emphatic but also more polite. Jadi kita mau kalau kita menggunakan do di awal kalimat perintah kita, berarti kita itu mau menunjukkan more empathy, rasa empati, tetapi juga lebih polite, lebih sopan lagi. For example, do take a seat, request, itu silakan ambil tempat duduknya atau silakan duduk. And then do forgive me, I didn't mean to offend you, itu apology atau permintaan maaf. Maafin aku nggak I didn't mean it to I didn't mean to offend you. Aku tidak maksud untuk offend you, menyinggung, something like that, atau menyakitimu. Do try to keep the noise down, gentlemen. This is complaining. Do try to keep the noise down, gentlemen. Yeah, so this is kind of complaining or complaint. Okay, the next one. We have tadi setelah kita mempelajari declarative, interrogative, and then imperative. Now, the last we have exclamative sentence atau exclamation. Exclamative sentences express strong emotion or surprise as an exclamation, and they always end with an exclamation mark or point. Nah, kalau misalnya si exclamation ini dia itu untuk menyatakan emotion. Emotion ini bukan cuma marah ya. Emosi ini bisa berupa kagum, bisa berupa kata kalimat sedih, bisa berupa yang senang, bisa berupa kaget atau kalimat seruan gitu. Yang mana selalu diakhiri oleh tanda seru. Jadi ini pasti diakhiri tanda seru. Okay, the usual word order for the exclamation sentence is, nah, kalau misalnya exclamation sentence ini biasanya diikuti dengan what. Ada dua, what and how. Nah, kalau what dia diikuti oleh adjective plus noun plus subject and plus verb. Kalau dia diikuti how, dia itu diikuti dengan adjective atau adverb, diikuti subject and verb. Coba dilihat yang nomor 4. Look at these examples. Nomor 5. What a liar he is. So, what? Yang pertama, what? A liar he is. A liar is adjective. He as a noun. A liar is a what di sini? Kok dia noun? Subjeknya he, and then verbnya di situ adalah is. Dia helping verb. And then yang kedua, what an exciting movie it was. Was-nya ini adalah helping verb, and then it-nya itu adalah subject. And then number 7, oh, how he lied. And then number 8, how exciting the movie was. Yes. Can you make any sentence? Okay, I will try first. How beautiful she is. Saya rasa ini dia ini yang number 2 ini dia ini mau